Welcome back to season 4 of the Deeply Rooted Business podcast. My name's Jess, your operational expert strategist. I'm here. I know I want to call you a marketing mastermind. I was calling myself an operations guru, but not vibing with that. But ops specialist, ops mastermind, marketing mastermind, Rachel. Here she is. Hi.
And I'm Rachel. We are so excited about this episode. Well, honestly, going into summer, I think there's so many things that we can touch on, but what we've outlined for summer, I'm vibing with. It's wild.
We weren't supposed to record today, but I was like, I think that it would be cool if we recorded today. As we open every first episode of the season, we like to do overall what are the energetics of summer and what we plan to cover as far as the season goes.
Did you pull a card for the season?
No, but actually I have this one right here. I pulled this one yesterday. This is prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities, and I will help you get motivated and organized.
I love that. That is exactly what we are trying to go into. So let's just get our own personal energies. How are you feeling going into summer?
So I'm feeling very energized because my business is finally picked up. It was a slow beginning of the season. And now it seems like there's just been like a fire hose of new clients coming to me, new opportunities coming to me. And I'm really excited about it. But I also am very wary because I know when I get busy, I tend to lose all of these really great habits that I have established for myself in the beginning. So I'm doing a really good job at eating my protein for breakfast, not sitting down right at my computer first thing because my bedroom's here to walk by my computer. Sometimes I will just stop and start working in the morning, especially if I have a lot going on. I had been very consistent in my yoga practice. And this week I only went one time. So awareness is the first step. And I'm like, okay, we know that this is your tendency when you get busy to push out self care and neglect your body and your self needs. I don't want to do that this time. So I want to prioritize myself because I know when I'm prioritizing myself, I'm showing up best for my clients and for my business. And I'm worth it. My client can wait so I can eat lunch. I can deliver something 30 minutes later so I can eat lunch. It's not going to make a difference, but I think in my head, it makes a difference. So, how are you feeling?
It is such a weird energy right now, I think, because like you said, things are picking up. Spring has sprung. It was wild. A lot of the seeds that I planted have definitely come to fruition, but summer to me has always had this kind of slower, relaxing, nourishment type energy, and especially in my business. And what I'm seeing is that I'm fighting with the reality of it and my expectation of it. So my expectation was I'm going to relax, I'm going to enjoy being in the pool all the time. And reality is we are busy. We are so busy. And so it's kind of this battle of avoiding burnout, maintaining good habits, and really trying to ensure I don't leave myself to skip out on one of my favorite times of the year. I was born in July. Like I'm a Cancer baby through and through. So this is like my time to shine. And it's just wild because I think a lot of businesses are probably experiencing the same thing because of how dramatic Q1 was when it was so slow.
I know too, we've talked about it. We're like, we can't tell people no because we need this for our business. And I think we can go into a discussion about how we're trying to mitigate or balance being able to enjoy the summer because I love summer too. I like basically live in my parents' pool all weekend. I love being outside. We're going on vacation next week with the increased demands on our business. So, one of the things that I've been leaning into that I shared with you off recording was delegation. I have brought on a designer. I outsource the podcast editing piece. I've been exploring just hiring freelancers on Fiverr when I have little one-off things to do. So I got somebody to design a lead magnet PDF for one of my clients. I was supposed to do outsourcing that. I outsourced to someone to help me with a Zap that I was setting up that I couldn't figure out. And I could have figured it out eventually, just would have taken me like much more time than they could. So I've just definitely been exploring now that I have a little extra income coming into my business instead of sitting on those or just spending it, which I've been used to now, investing it back in my business, which I love. I had a light bulb moment. My mom works for a very successful self-made millionaire. She's been working for him since I was a baby and they started his company together. She was his secretary, and I actually got to go to his Christmas party. He was talking to me about my business, and I was asking him for his advice. And he was like, for the first couple of years, I just invested all the money that I was making back into my business, back into like growing the business. And I think that was like, I don't know, a part that I was missing for a long time. So I was like, oh, yeah, I had a really big month. Let me go buy this treadmill that I wanted or something like that. But really, after taking the profit first mindset, I think that was a big eye opener for me is looking at our operating expenses. And my operating expenses were super low. But I think it was almost stalling my business because I wasn't investing the right amount of money into operating my business and helping it expand. So it's kind of been a big shift for me that I'm excited about.
That's an amazing level up kind of mentality, right? Because I think so often that freedom of being like, I got my own money and I can spend it on whatever I want, or like seeing an influx in certain things, but then shifting into that CEO mindset of no, 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 we're here for the sustainability, for the long term push here, and reframing that. I'm proud of you. That's amazing.
Right now, I'm outsourcing funnel design for a client. And I'm like, I could have done it. I could have made it work since I have the money invested into this designer. And then the hours that I would have been doing that, go try to find more clients. And that's kind of how you grow your business. I don't know. And I think I was almost stalling myself out because I was like, get clients. And then I was like, okay, now I'm busy. I don't want any more clients. So I'm not going to promote. And it's like, but you're always going to keep up against that lean if you don't make the shift. So I feel that shift. It's exciting and free and all the things.
Yeah. We've broken down the summer season into 3 buckets. So, avoiding burnout, because I think this is going to be a huge problem for a lot of business owners as they deal with the busyness and deal with still wanting to enjoy summer and not let it be this fleeting moment. We were talking also about realignment. So, what Jess was saying about when she gets busy, her good habits tend to just disappear. I think that's me through and through, except I'm not as organized as Jess. So, I'm living in chaos constantly. And then the last one is detox. So, really being able to purge these bad habits and stuff from your business and enter into the fall season with better clarity and all of that. So, I'm excited. What's one pillar that you're most excited to go through in the summer?
As a systems girly, I've really been thinking about actually today. I'll have to pull up my notes because I was writing it. But you've heard me say before, if you listen, that systems are self care. But now I've been shifting to is business stress is a systems problem. So if you're stressed in your business, there's probably some systems that are lacking. And I've really been thinking about the different types of business stress that we as entrepreneurs experience. So we have financial worry is one pillar of business stress we experience. And the root cause of that is not having a clear offer and profit delivery, profit flow. And then the other one that I think that people experience is mental overwhelm. And I think that's from trying to keep everything you need to do in your head or not having a project management tool or a system to kind of dump out some of that stuff and keep yourself organized. And then the third one that I think about, I was like pillaring these out this morning because I think this is going to be a podcast, maybe a freebie, maybe the foundations of my whole new offer that I'm doing. So this is what I've been thinking about is the third one is energetic burnout. And that's when you're really not taking a proactive approach to building your business. You're kind of just reacting to it. And that's where that planning system comes into place. So I'm really excited just to explore the different versions of entrepreneurial stress. What are the root causes of them? And then what systems you can implement to help mitigate that so that you can build a peaceful.
I love that. I'm so excited to be a part of the journey with you
I
on
like how
that.
you're laughing. I'm like laying you off.
Literally.
It's all been the same. Like the thing here is I still can't say that I have this one signature offer and I know that that's going to make my business so much simplified. But I think the manifestor generator in me is trying to weave it all together in like in a way that makes sense. And I do it for clients when I'm working with them, but it's like hard to explain. And so like you start to go through it. Actually, one of my new retainer clients this week gave me the most great feedback. It was something like, before you were in my business, I could not see a way to do this sustainably. I didn't even want to do it. And now, since you've been working in my business, I can finally see the light that like I am going to be able to build my business in a sustainable way. And I was
I
like,
love
that is my goal. I was like chills. I have literally goosebumps. That is my goal. And can you write that down or box it to me, please? Thank you.
Yes, capture that testimonial. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that that is It's so funny because every time, yeah, you do mention a new offer, I do laugh because it's all the same offer. I think it's just making you feel most comfortable that it's as inclusive of everything you know that needs to go into people's systems, which in reality, systems are so complex. Just even existing in Jess's space has made me see systems in such a different way. And so, yeah, I mean, it's wild, but when Jess delivers, I'm obviously speaking to the audience here, not talking about Jess in third person. When Jess delivers, we're currently working through a launch project right now together, and it is mind blowing. I thought I was delivering, like over delivering, but what Jess does in this space, everybody hire her, please.
I like box 3. So I'm like, I don't want to over deliver because I think sometimes my over deliver tends to overwhelm. And that was an issue that I would run into a lot with my clients. So a big part of me figuring out what my new offer is how to deliver it in a way that's not going to like stress someone out in the first place. Because I can go in your business, I can see every opportunity and I can like bam, 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 start getting it done. But now you have to approve everything that I just sent to you. Yeah,
Um,
I want to hear more about you, Rachel. How are you feeling?
Oh gosh. Well, now that all my clients are brought into the loop, this is something that I do want to share with our listeners is that I will be on maternity leave in September. So we are going to be recording some really fun episodes to fill that gap, but it's going to be a very weird summer in Texas, 100 plus degrees already, rocking a baby bump. Like it's not ideal, but but we're here, but which is why I've been so busy because I am no longer taking clients for the rest of the year after September. I have my core clients who are sticking with me through the end of year that we are focusing on Black Friday now because you should be thinking about Black Friday right now and really kind of like holding their strategies for the rest of the year. So I am only onboarding for 2025, which is mind blowing that we are halfway through the year, but lots has been happening. Lots has been happening behind the scenes here. All my clients are excited and ready to transition with me into this new stage of life.
I'm excited and I'm proud because I know that navigating maternity leave and having a baby as a solopreneur, like you could probably do a whole episode on that if you figure it out. Like when you figure it out. But that's something that like it's almost like my biggest fear. I'm like, I have no idea like what I would do, but you figure it out. You figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, but luckily my husband and I both work from home and he's corporate and he has a very easy job. I will not put him on blast for who he works for, but he is fine. That he can take care of. We can figure out a really good schedule to make sure that it's all getting handled and it won't all be on me. And I'm very, very grateful for such a supportive partner. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey. And maybe we do some solo episodes on it, or I can do some solo episodes on it. But I think it's going to be fascinating. I'm excited to see how my business transforms in this space and what I allow to stick around and what I don't, you know?
Yeah, well, I think when big things like that happen, it almost forces you to look at your business from a different perspective. And it's almost like not saying please don't be pregnant universe, but like, it like forces you to do some of those things that you may have been just ignoring in your business because like you have to do it now.
Yeah, which I don't know if any of the listeners remember from our winter episode where Jess posed a very interesting question to me that, or I think it was to the everybody, where it was like, if you only had 6 months to double your income and do whatever you need to do, what channels would you do it? What efforts would you do it? And I have had to live that experience. Like I had the most beautiful plan outlined for 2024 that was like building into Q3 and Q4 being my biggest quarters. And I've ultimately had to flip that and prioritize as much growth in Q1, Q2. So these questions that we pose are not just rhetorical, metaphorical questions. Like there are serious situations that I didn't know I was manifesting for myself. Because I think when Jess told me that, I was like, that is such a great question. What a great way to focus. And then it happened to me. So they said, oh, yeah, put it to work.
All right. Yes. Yeah. All right. So is there anything else that we need to cover?
What in the episodes that we have planned or the topics that we have planned do you think that is going to be such a good must listen episode?
Okay, so avoiding burnout. I think business habits to
Mm.
avoid burnout. I think that's going to be a really good one because, especially with a lot of my clients, like my clients are mostly work in the health and wellness space. They have like really, really great like health and wellness habits. So I really like the idea of pulling that into like what business habits, routines, rituals can you put into your business to make sure that you stay healthy, like on that front too. So yeah, very excited.
Yeah. And then in our next pillar, the realignment pillar, I think I'm the most excited about, and I think is going to be a huge must listen just because of my experience and Jess's experience in this space, is really planning for that Black Friday push and that final end of year Q4 type energy. So, really making sure that you have a solid plan in place for that last half of the year plus your Black Friday. We're going to go into depth, pretty detailed on what we do for our own clients and what we know is a waste of time and all of that. So it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And then our last one is detox and cleanse. And I already went on an Instagram rant about this, but I'm really excited about the overly hyped tools, which I mean, I don't know if they're overly hyped. It's just like when people use tools and there's no strategy behind it, it's just like, oh, I'm going to integrate that into my business. We actually are working together with a client right now who has really, really integrated ManyChat well into her business and it's working for her, but I've seen it work not too great as well. So talking about overly hyped tools and how to bring a new tool into your business and how to decide if you're ready to invest in that. As much as I love technology and automation and software, I really also love a lean and simple stack as well. So kind of like vet what new tools you're going to bring into your business because every new tool brings another layer of complexity into your business. And I really just prefer to keep things as simple as possible.
Yeah. So those are some teasers into the summer episodes that we have to record for you guys. And I'm super excited about it. If you have any thoughts or ideas of something you want to hear from us, share them in the DMs with us. I think it'll be really exciting. But yeah, we're kicking off season 4. It's exciting.
Yes. All right. So until next episode, we're rooting for you.